that lie ahead. Because if we really knew all the problems we would face, the setbacks, the suffering, the temporary failure, and the disappointments, many of us would hesitate about ever even starting out at all. And in many ways, a trip or a journey is a metaphor for life. My first big trip was that, and much, much more. It had such an enormous impact on me that I've never really gotten over it. My whole life has been different as a result. I learned then, and for the rest of your life, whenever you try to do something out of the ordinary, people will line up to tell you that you can't do it, why you can't do it, that you'll lose your time, you'll lose your money. Even people who should know better will try to discourage you. To achieve anything greater worthwhile, you must train yourself to rise above these people, ignoring them and pressing on towards your goal regardless. And we were in the Sahara, the largest desert on earth. Dead ahead was the Tenerife, the emptiest single stretch of the Sahara, 500 miles of nothing, not a fly, not a blade of grass, as flat as a tabletop. 500. We had to get across the 500 miles in 2 days, or we'd be out of water. It was further than we thought, but we made it just before the heat forced us to stop. We were all aware of how close we had come to actually dying in the desert. We had done it. We were over the Sahara. I'll wrap up this story here by telling you what I learned about life and success in the Sahara crossing. Here are 7 rules you can apply to any challenge that you face in achieving anything you desire. Rule number 1. The most important key to achieving great success is to decide upon your goal and then launch. Get started, take action, do something, move. Number 2, once you've launched towards your goal, never consider the possibility of failure. The Germans have a saying, it's immer vorne, nie zurück. And it means always forward, never backward. Always forward, never backward. Never consider the possibility of failure. Number 3, the only time you will ever have is now. If you live every day, every hour, the best you can, the rest will take care of itself. Number 4, watch out for the naysayers. Get around positive people. Get around winners like people in this room. Fly with the eagles and refuse to listen to objections and reasons why you can't succeed. Number 5, welcome obstacles and difficulties as valuable and inevitable steps on the ladder of success. Remember that difficulties come not to obstruct, but to instruct. Number 6, be clear about your goal, but be flexible about the process of achieving it. Be willing to change, to try something new. Keep your mind open and fluid and flexible. Be willing to accept feedback from your environment and correct your course. This is a key quality of peak performers. They're not rigid, they're flexible. Remember, it's not what you have, but what you do with what you have that separates winners from losers. And remember, number 7, the last rule is, nobody does it alone. At every step on our journey across Africa, people helped us with advice and with food and with assistance and with money, but especially with warmth and with kindness and with generosity. When life is over, it will be the people that we lived and laughed and loved with that we remember more than anything else. So don't be afraid to ask for help from others. It's a mark of strength and courage and character. And don't be reluctant to give of yourself to others generously. It's the mark of caring and compassion and personal greatness. The reason the Sahara story was so relevant for me was that because after the Sahara, I never felt that there was anything I couldn't do. I felt programmed for success for life, although it took me many years to understand it. And the reason why this story may be of interest to you is because I believe that everyone has a Sahara to cross, perhaps more than one. Many of you are crossing your own Saharas right now. Everyone eventually goes through periods of great difficulty, their own private hells, their dark nights of the soul. But it is by facing whatever life gives us with courage and determination that we grow more surely toward the stars. If you will resolve, with whatever life hands you, to carry on, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving the greatness for which you were created. Thank you. Here.
So the lighting is kind of bad today. Let me do something real quick. Yeah, the lighting's kind of bad today, but we should be good to go. Everything is good. Look, again, another week smash TPs. TPs, you should have collected over, let me check, over 3,000 pips last week. And what that means, guys, is you could have made anywhere from $34 to on just a standard lot size, $34,000. So when you are actually entering these markets, understand the risk that you're willing to lose. There's nothing definite, but when it comes to these zones, we've been consistent and consistent and consistent and consistent. Let me make sure everybody can see us on the website real quick and pull the site up. And if you don't know what the site looks like, I'm about to pull it up for you right here. Let's go. It's live stream crypto. So if you look here, you're probably looking at this screen right here in front of me, where I'm talking. You see this every year. So if you don't know how to enter a trade on the MT4, click on this, press play, and it'll play for you right here, right now. Welcome. I'm gonna mute mine, but it's a video that's going to explain how to enter trades on the MT4, how to buy, how to put a lot size, how to actually navigate this thing, what it looks like to be in a trade, and you'll be able to see exactly how to use the platform. Why is that important? Because when you get these zones, even if you're in our VIP section with the starter package, if you get these zones and get these extra trade ideas, you need to know how to navigate it. So if you're seeing this page right here, if you're seeing it on YouTube, I'm gonna go to the opening page that you'll see that get all the tools that you need. But invite other people to the next one. We have another one next Tuesday, September 6th. And to keep track of everything, go to the free group. The free group is going to take you over to this Telegram right here. It's going to take you to this Telegram. You can invite anybody that said they're interested in crypto, whatever. Send them this link so they can get into their Telegram so they can keep up to date with crypto news. So what do I mean? When you click on that and you see this is where you're going to be at. I'm telling you live now, 30 minutes until new zones. Cool. But updates like $3.86 billion has been burned on the Ethereum network. What does that mean? I'm gonna give you some game real quick. What does that mean? All that means is, imagine if you had $1, and every time you did something with that dollar, the Federal Reserve, the US, was burning physical dollar bills. Most people around the world would be like, oh my God, I need to go ahead and save my cash, save my dollars, because it's becoming scarce. It's becoming something that can't be got. It's literally losing, is becoming a scarce resource. So I need to hold on to mine. That's what's going on with the with Ethereum. Yes, it's infinite, but 3.86 billion has been burned. 3,400 pips was secured last week, and you can see people are in profit. More than half the people in this group are in profit. I'm keeping you up to date. These are the zones. Everything is perfect. Last week on last video, you have to go over to YouTube and see it. I showed you how to actually tune in and to plug your trading alerts in on your trading view. When you do that, it gets out of that channel. You were able to go ahead and take advantage of the market dropping last week. You was able to go ahead and capitalize. So we're going to go ahead and get things started. Jump back over to our educator. He's going to show you the ins and outs of the scalper that you get with your package, but he's also going to give you some zones, and we're going to go ahead and plug those in for this week. Free zones every week. Let's get this thing to 1,000 so we can just have people making money left and right just by being in position. I'll catch you at the end.
Impulse candle went all the way up to our structure zone. Like, I mean, you cannot, like, this was yesterday. This was literally yesterday's move. Went all the way up to our structure zone that we had for our TP, smacked it. Went back down to structure, broke the zone from the bottom, stayed inside the zone, went back down a little bit. We even did a scalp on the sell, went back up, and is basically floating in a consolidation. 2 moves yesterday in the past 24 hours. Hello, can we get some flames? You may have been like, okay, so Sean, I thought Monday was for beginners. But I always say, even on Mondays, it's not just beginners, we're also sharpening our skills. I'm still gonna do one of them. Like, if you're not doing anything at 7 p.m., I would recommend. If you think you're too good to hop on a call, not guaranteeing anything, but I mean, this could have helped, all right? Come on now. Hello. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to say anything till I was on this session. I said I'm not going to say nothing. Nothing. All right, we're about to start for the new day. All right. Bet. Woo! Man. We got UK in the house, Phoenix in the house. I just got my my Glendale plane ticket like this morning. So I will be here. I would be in Arizona. But shout out to that. Let's set up some new stuff. So we did ETH yesterday. We are still gonna do ETH today, but do I want to just add to it? I'm really big on like doing something fresh because who's to know? You know what I mean? And I like to at least be not biased on my next day setups because I want y'all, I mean, granted, realistically, I do want y'all to know that you can leave these zones up if you want to. You can easily do that. But I mean, we do BTC. We're going to knock BTC out before 6:30. And at that point, we come on ETH and we're probably adjusting. Actually, I'm going to do that today. I'm going to switch it up. I never do that. I think it's rare. So I'm actually going to save this ETH setup. We're going to I will go over it. You know what I mean? So you understand what's actually here. If this is like let's say you understand. I'm not saying if this is like your brand new trader, but you just want to understand these zones a little bit. I will talk about that, but I'm going to leave this up here for my people that leave their zones. As much as I like to start brand new every single session, and I like to, because I always want to not be biased on my, I may adjust the resistance zone. I like the support zone. I can already tell you, I might just keep my support zone. I may relook at it at the end of the day. I'm going to relook at it. But I will say, for y'all that's not teaching like I am, I would recommend leave your zones up. Leave your zones up because the zones are pretty permanent for the most part. So, anywho, let's go to BTC and let's get some fresh. So, if this is your first time on here, let's say you just never be on my sessions, right? I would recommend watching my session yesterday. It was how to get into a ETH buy. If you saw what I saw, it hit. Well, it's a target zone, so I'm not guaranteeing anything, but that hit for 600 pips. Hello. So, I mean, if you really want to know how to get into an ETH buy, I'm actually going to favorite that call from yesterday. So I'm going to favorite this because that was a very detailed call, how to get in the next ETH buy step by step. So if you don't know and you want to know, I would recommend watch that after this call or sometime this week or weekend. Hello, right? So anyways, let's get our BTC buy set up. It's not going to be a buy. It'll probably be a sell. I can tell you that. But anyways, we're going to get everything started. It is 6:17. We have 13 minutes to the next close. So let's get this done pretty soon. We're going to finish BTC real soon. We're going to aim to finish BTC in less than 12 minutes. So y'all could you can start you can start getting ready, dropping your potential sales for those that marked it up already. All right, we have that. Now, I'm gonna drop the form. So what I dropped in the chat is step by step. Today is a fast session. I will say that it is a faster session than if you watch my Monday call, or if you were on my Monday call, or if you've been on my Monday call. So if you're brand new, today's just taking notes. But I would recommend after this call, watch my slowest session yesterday. So if you're brand new, just take notes. I just don't want you to feel like these sessions are always this fast. Some people actually learn in a fast environment. Some people learn in a slow environment. It doesn't necessarily really matter, but I do have a slower session that's yesterday. So again, if you're brand new, just take notes today. That's all. Don't stress yourself out. It's the worst thing to do when you're brand new. Anyways, I already have this set up. We're gonna start step by step. I still do step by step, even though I'm gonna say it a lot faster. Step 1, move candlesticks to a line chart. It is okay to look at the market from a candlesticks after you mark up, but you need to mark up via line structure. I'm gonna be honest. All right, now step 1 is complete. Step 2, is the blue line below the yellow or is it above? It's below. If you just put this form here, you sure already know which one you're doing first. Support. If the blue line is below the yellow orange line, which is here, the 50 EMA, you will now do the support zone first. Do you see how easy this is? Like I'm literally like move here, move here, move here, right? Cool. Also, there's someone sent me something and I really need to stress this out to every single person trading. As a scalper, you do not need to be going past 500 pips SL. Right? As a scalper, you do not need, again, I'll say this, as a scalper, you do not need as a scalper to be going past 500 pips. Pretty simple. As a scalper, you do not need to be going past 500 pips. So what do you think I mean by that? So you shouldn't be over leveraging and willing to risk your entire account for 500 pips. You shouldn't. I'm going to be pretty honest. You shouldn't. Just a little FYI. All right. All right. So let's start with support zones. I'll give y'all a chance. Mark Sanders said 19,590 as a support. Good, good, good. Cool. If you do have any support zones, you can drop it and see if we have any. But a lot of people are not sure. So let's bring this out. Remember where the 50 EMA is? So the 50 EMA is at 19,970, right? So at that point, the biggest thing there I would recommend is, being that it's 19,970, is making sure that it needs to be 200 pips away from your support zone. Should be 200 pips away, right? 200 pips away. All right. First zone right here, 19,780. Let's look. 19,780 right here. My only problem with this is that you have a lot of stuff below it, and would you really want to be that aggressive? It's not even, it's, yeah, 19,800. I wouldn't use this as a support zone. Let's go to the next one. You see there's an indent here. 19,735. We're only 200 pips away from the 50 EMA. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, right? Honestly, I would go right here. I would go right here easily, 19,608. Like, look at it. So now look at the times that it broke through. Most of the times that it broke through did go back up. You could, you know, do the easy route and do 19,506. I mean, you could honestly do that one, but let's check. Let's go back. It's between that or structure it up right here since it breaks through and comes back in. To be honest, we do minus 100 pips anyway, so we're good. I mean, we're good regardless. I'm going to more than likely do 19,600. I'm going to do 19,600. So I can tell you, more than likely, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be honest. More than likely, I'm going to do that. But let me just make sure, looking back. Okay, we have July 17th that agrees. July 13th, July 12th, July 12th, looks like July 11th. We've even got Scalper that pointed it out. Could we extend it to the 19.5s? How would it look extended? Yeah. Let's look here. Honestly, I like 19,600. I mean, you could do 19,550, but the thing is, we already go back anyway. I just don't want to go any further than really 300 pips because we're basically getting close to the 300 pips. So I'm going to do 19,600. If you do anything a little bit less than that, like 20 or 30 pips off below, I don't blame you. All right. So 625, we're going to have to speed this up a little bit. We're going to do the resistance zone. You can now drop your resistance zones. Minus 100 pips. 19,500. So the 50 EMA is at 19,980. We're going to go up. I can tell you that I won't use this one. That's not even 200 pips. You at least want to cover most of this stuff here. And you're really looking around 20,348. I don't know if I would wait till 20,600 when that's almost 600 pips. So I would at least go for the 20,343 right here and then use this as a short target zone. You're going to get like maybe 200 pips. But that's a short target zone. I would not blame you for using that. Honestly, may even go a little bit higher and go right here. But again, I'll probably go here as a short target zone. It's a short one, but I would use that just as a target zone. It's just too far away to even say I'll use that as a break and close. I'm going to do another target zone, more into the something a little bit better. It would be 20,956. Bam. Boom, baby. So again, thing called TPS, touching the point. So I want you to know the way I'm looking at this is basically going right here, right? With the resistance zone and support zone. Resistance zone, support zone, right? So remember, a good support was once a good resistance. A good resistance was once a good support. They're interchangeable just like apartment complexes, right? Someone's floor is another person's roof. Someone's roof is another person's floor. Always remember that. For target zones, you're really looking for something that just hits your point or line a couple of times and it hits the amount that you want. I mean, I'm already assuming, I didn't even fill this in yet. I'm already assuming at 20,300, we're going to wait for a break and close past 20,400. The reason why we do that is so we have enough space, right? That's really important. So we have 1 minute left. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna answer any questions in the chat. If you're already loving this so far, let me get a DCX in the chat. Hello. Shout out to my translators. One good time. Now we got some separation from a resistance and support. We still gotta do super trend. All right, let me check the chats. All right, let's see. Pretty good on the support. Channel 5, I like your support. Mark Sanders, I like your support too. That was actually, you were right on the money. Step 590, I don't blame you on that. I don't blame you on that support, Mark Sanders. Pretty good. Let me find a target area for the sell for BTC. And you should now have your chart marked up for the next 48 hours. Like we did with ETH. The chart was marked up for literally the next 24 hours. So I'm gonna make sure, like I'm telling you, when you go on these sessions, your chart is basically marked up for scalps for the next time period. That's my goal. My goal is to mark up your charts for the next time period. Like literally, if you saw what happened with the yesterday call, imagine. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but at the same time, that's like my ultimate goal. I move with a purpose. So do understand what you're really getting when you're on these calls. All right. Man, I am very tempted to go there, but you get, that's too small. That may be too, I don't know if that's a little too greedy. I think this may be a little bit right there. It's hiding. It's 19148, 150. It's actually what we're looking for. 19150. Right there. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zones. 5 zones, and we are at 6:30 right now. So I'm gonna put the indicators, super trend. We type super trend, we click it, make sure it's 1, 1. And bam. So now BTC is now done. Boom, baby. So now step 4. Remember, step 4 is when the blue line crosses the green, that means the market is currently buying. I will also always remember the overall trend on a scalp is step 2. You always need to understand where the blue line is. Is it below or above? If it's below, it is still bearish, even though the market is increasing, right? So you can still be on the opposite side of town, even though you're coming this way, right? But you're still on the opposite side of town, but you're coming this way, right? You could be on the other side of town and you still going that way, right? So understand the overall picture and then the current picture. So the overall picture is that it's technically still bearish, although the market is increasing. It's pretty simple. Super trend, literally, when I'm telling you, super trend tells you what's currently happening. I get people asking me, should I close? Well, what do you mean? Super trend will tell you if it's buying or selling. How are you, like, you're telling me to tell you what super trend is doing? Because that's what I'm gonna basically do. I could see it without using super trend, but super trend confirms more than likely what I'm thinking. At the end of the day, especially for you as a new trader or intermediate traders, not new traders, intermediate traders, super trend will confirm what you should be thinking. And if you are still debating if you should get out of a trade because it's red, look at super trend. If super trend is crossing the opposite of what your trade is, what in the world are you debating about? Like, what are you, I mean, you literally are risking your account. Like, there's nothing else I can personally do. So I'm very serious about super trend. Use it. Use it. Use it. For real. All right. If you're an ETH fan, let me get some ETH in the house. If you're a ETH fan. All right. We're about to do ETH. Hold on real quick. All right. Let's go to ETH. I'm going to put this alert on BTC. So open up your trading view. I probably won't do it yet, but I'm going to do it probably when we have ETH. Just in case some of y'all did not open up your trading view. I did not say it, so I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. But I will do the buy one first. Doesn't mean I'm going for it. I'm just going to do that one. That's just an extra one because it's not buying. Well, it's not. I'm not looking for a buy now. So I might as well just do that one, but I'll do the sell, the one that's, since it's below. I'll do that pretty soon. We're going to get ready for ETH. So now let's, ooh, that's not saved, so it doesn't matter. Does it save? I hope it didn't save. All right, cool. ETH. We're going to readjust this ETH. This is basically a saved ETH that we did yesterday that actually was very, very, very successful. Even hit our target zone and went back down. Like, I'm telling you, that's why I say mark up your target zones, because it literally gives you an accurate, like, illustration of, like, where it could potentially go, then where it could go from there. I also was saying this can be another buy. It just didn't break through and went back down. Woo! That was actually, did the same thing on our support with the exact same thing, both sides. It's actually one of the most prettiest results, I would say, in a month. So we're gonna re-look at this. The 50 EMA is a little too close for what we need now. So we're gonna readjust our resistance zone. We may also re-look at our support zone. We may leave our target zones. So that's what we're more than likely gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna kind of explain everything and make everything back to life. This should be a little bit even more faster, but anywho, ETH is for the $125 accounts. BTC is for $250 accounts. Every 0.01/0.1 is for that amount. So if you have $500, you should be only doing 0.03 or 0.3 depending on what your broker is. You should not be doing more. Again, if you're doing more, you are over leveraging your account. That has nothing to do with how good of a trader you are. You're literally over leveraging your account. Like, pretty simple. I know a lot of people that are pretty knowledgeable on the charts, but they're horrible MT4 traders. Horrible. And I mean, you can know how to, it's like, you have to understand, like, you can understand the concept of driving a car, but you can be a horrible driver, right? Y'all know some horrible drivers out there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So understand, if you're over leveraging your account, it doesn't matter how good of a trader, it doesn't matter how many sessions you attend, it literally doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it does not matter. So it's a very serious thing I'm saying is, please, I've been there, but understand, if you risk your account, you're not doing yourself justice. So I'm not trying to make you, I'm not saying you're going to be a billionaire in one day, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, just to protect your account for longevity, don't over leverage. Pretty simple. Do not over leverage. You would think I'm talking to a Monday call, right? Drop your resistance zones, support zones. We got Chen already dropping his at 1565 resistance, 1514 support. That's a good amount of separation, I will say. That's a good amount of separation. And if you dropping in and you're thinking, well, Sean, I mean, I see this. Again, when you hop on a chart, no matter, even if we did this yesterday, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is going to be a little bit unique because I don't usually do this. Right? Cool. And so we're on ETH. Now that you see this, let's assume this is what you saved from yesterday, or for y'all that saved your zones. What do you do when you save your zones and you see something similar to this? I mean, you're not going to see the exact same thing, but the 50 EMA is very close to your resistance zone. First thing you need to do is remember, simple things to always remember. You need to make sure it's 200 pips away from your 50 EMA. Pretty simple thing, right? Once you have that concept overall, that it needs to be 200 pips away from your 50 EMA, you are always going to make sure your resistance zone is never close, even if it looks close now. So what you could do, I mean, I just don't want to confuse someone. If this is your own chart, you could really reduce this, and so you can leave it for later. You know what I mean? You can hide it and then unhide it. You know what I mean? This is just our old resistance, if anyone is wondering. Cool. We are going to do another one. Don't get confused what this is. This is an old resistance. I'm going to even color it gray. Right? Now, we're going to do a new one. My boy Chin, I think Chin05 said 1565. Cool. I'm going to give anybody else a chance to drop theirs. Cameron65 said 1517. Oh, my bad. I read support. Cameron65 said 1556. Cool. Technically, I could be doing supports. I should be doing support, so I actually do supports first. My bad. But I was just looking at this. So, actually, no. We're going to do resistance zone. Even though technically you would do support first. The only reason why I'm going to do that is because I'm going to re-look at this support zone. But I'm going to also readjust this. Then I'm going to look at the support zone to make sure, is it too far or can we make it any closer? But organically, if we were redoing this whole thing, I'll probably do support zone first, to be honest. To be very honest. So if you're wondering, you're supposed to do support zone first. You're right. All right, so move candlesticks to a line chart. Same thing. Where's the blue line? Below. Technically, we are supposed to do support zone first, but I want to really adjust this resistance zone. It just bothers me that it's so close. So we're going to look for another resistance zone. And remember, if you remember on these calls, I'm always saying there's always resistance and supports throughout a chart. You got to find the one that works for you. Just like yesterday. This was the one that worked for us yesterday. But we got to find the one that works for us now. Always remember that. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty of resistance and support zones in the chart, believe it or not. All right, 1540, you want it to be at least 150 pips away. So you really want it to be at least you want it to be at least 1555. So we're just going to climb this. This is a very good structure, but we're not going to use it. Now, 1559. That might be a little bit better. 1560 may be a lot better. I like that. Just like that. 1560 looks really good. I hope all of y'all chose 1559, 1560. I mean, honestly, I'll just do 1559. I really think 15. I just don't want to. You don't really want to round anymore because we still want to get enough separation up here. All right. So we're gonna do 1559 basically, and now when we count ETH, so I'm going a little bit faster because today's Tuesday, but do understand I do have a slow session yesterday. So if you feel like it's a little too fast, just understand I do have a slower session yesterday. This would be when you are counting ETH. Always remember this is actually not here, and it's just 50, right? So technically, it looks like it's supposed to be 50 pips, but it looks like 5. It's just pushed to the side a little bit, right? So it's just 1564. Oh, I don't know why I did that. All right, so now what we're saying, if it closes past 1564, that is the next potential ETH buy. So this is how you adjust from what you have right now. Hello, just like that. Look at now, you just see the chart agrees in every way. Boom, 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 boom. Pretty simple, right? Do y'all see that? So when I do these zones, you can save them. That's what I'm saying. I'm basically setting up your chart. And if you're really smart, I'm basically setting up your chart for really how long you want to leave it. I remember I used to have this person, I think they come on like every once in a while. They would say, Sean, you had this zone from this month ago. Sean, you had this zone like 2 weeks ago. I think you even get other people that say that sometimes because they leave it. Do you understand? I'm basically crafting your chart. All you looking for is this blue line to pass it. That's all you, and then you looking at the time, making sure it closes. Oh yeah, it's like, where's this time? 6:45, right? Interesting. We're gonna refresh this. All right, cool. I was like, where's the time? All right, cool. Just refresh, simple refresh. Cool. So now you always just looking at the time, right? So let me look in the chats. I see Mark Sanders 1557. Don't blame you. Nadia 1560. Don't blame you. Cameron 65 1556. Wait, I mean, why are y'all going a little low? Are y'all going a little low? Oh, okay. I see what y'all did. I just did mine's. Okay, it's not that. Okay, we're good. Okay. Now y'all can drop y'all supports. So now we already have the resistance zone, and then we also are keeping our target zone. You already hit it before. What can it? I mean, does it stop it from hitting it again? Right. So this was our target zone right here. We're gonna see, do we want to keep it or bring it, since it raised a little bit, do we want to increase it by any chance? So let's look at it. So we had a target zone at 1510. The 50 EMA is at 1540. 1531, too close. Ooh. This 1518 though. $15.18 is not that bad. This is 300 pips. This is a little bit far. This one, our old support's a little bit far for a particular sell if we're waiting for that exact line. It's a little far. I mean, if you ever wanted to wait for that one, you could. For my people that kept my zones, you could. But I mean, why not bring it up maybe 100 pips? I mean, that 1520 looks pretty good. I mean, the 1520 looks really good. 1519, 1518, 1520 looks really good. So, I mean, I would go for that 1520 if I was you. I would go for that 1520. Please open up TradingView, by the way, because we're about to put that there. So if you can open up TradingView, if you don't have it up already, I would go for 1520. This is not necessarily. These are just old structures, and bam, I would keep this. Definitely still keep this. We just brought it up a little bit. 1510, 1560. So 15, sorry, I said 1510, 1520. And you could keep that if you like it. If you still like the 1510 one, you can always keep it. It's not the end of the world if you want to keep it. And bam, 1515, just like that. We have a good amount of separation from both sides. That's the one I did. I don't blame you if you do 1519, 1518. Cameron 1517, that's good. I don't know about 1526. I think that's a little too aggressive. I don't know about 1526 though. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Drop some flames in the chat if you felt like you got some sauce today. We changed it up in the way we did it. This was definitely a different type of Scalper Tuesday. Literally a different one. We had great success yesterday. So if you wondering how our success looks, we did 9 zones today. So we still kept our other one from yesterday. We just readjusted it. This is what it really looks like to readjust zones from basically a day later or maybe a week later, right? So if you also want to learn how to readjust zones, I would rewatch this session. All it is checking where that 50 EMA is and aligning both sides. Basically, that's all you're doing. If you already have take private zones, if it's far enough, you should be good. If it's not, if you didn't increase it that much, you should be still good. Basically, we did 9 zones in like 45 minutes, right? Simple 9 zones, literally. And I mean, I don't even want to play around with this too much because this is already showing us success literally less than 24 hours ago. So I like this. I don't even want to, do too much with ETH. I mean, we already have it. It was just replaying it, right? This is something to look at. So do you see how this blue line officially just crossed this red line in 8 minutes? This just shows us something that I've been talking about with Super Trend. So it's been looking bullish, right? But now that it crossed, you still have 8 minutes left, but it's basically saying currently, I would wait till it closes, that the bearish is here, right? So it's a potential sell is coming. Potential sell is coming. So once it crosses the red, it's confirming it is selling. So if it crosses your support and it's not red, that means your structure is wrong. If it ever crosses your support down and it's not red, your structure is wrong. Your support is wrong. If it ever crosses your resistance zone and it's not green, your resistance zone is wrong. Like Super Trend tells you so much more if you really just let it tell you, right? I'm telling you, if you set up your Super Trend inputs 1-1 by clicking this, inputs 1-1, I'm telling you, it tells you if the market's reversing, if you need to be out of a trade. It tells you what's the current move. It tells you if the buy is accurate, if the sell is accurate. It tells you, like, it literally, it tells you on reversals. Like, there's so many things Super Trend can tell you when you know the trend. If you know the trend, you literally can do so much in the market. You can do so much if you know the trend in so many different ways. This looks like an impulse candle that just dropped. Hello. What is BTC doing? Oh, BTC had a little bit chunky. It's not that big. Now look at this. But I will say, look at what happened here. Bounced off. Does not. What has happened in the past can also happen. So I mean, if it happened in the past, don't jump up for ETH sell right now. Your market execution. You always wait for a close. Just because it breaks, you trade off closes. You don't trade off breaks. You trade off breaks and closes. You trade off break and close. You do not trade off break alone. Like you see this, you look here, you look here. This looks like just this. It doesn't look like it broke the line, right? Pretty simple. The first minute it closes, you let the market breathe. And if you're looking at ETH, you need to also look at BTC and make sure that's the same thing. If BTC is not going down and you're about to get in for ETH sell, I would reconsider. You have 4 minutes to decide after that. If you don't go in, wait for the next 15-minute close. If you get confused when the next 15-minute close is, just open up Swipecoin Scalper. It tells you. Can I get some flames in the chat if this was a very easy call? This is a Scalpers Tuesday, and I felt like it was pretty simple. I reinsured you. I did everything. I readjusted. I gave you some new sauce, 9 zones. Like, come on. Come on. Like, what? Like, this was a great session. We're gonna put our alerts here. We even opened up to an ETH potential sell that may occur in 6 minutes. 5 minutes, actually. That's 6. But again, like I said, it bounced off structure before, does not mean that it can't do it again. That's why I always say potential, because if you start always soaking your mind to thinking, oh, it broke my line, it's gonna sell, it broke my line, it's gonna buy. Like, if you always think like that, you're aggressively gonna get into something you're not supposed to. But if you always program your mind to think it's a potential, you are always gonna remember that it could also reverse. So you always gotta remember it could also reverse. It could also reverse. Technically, that's why we're supposed to do our support zones first, right? That's exactly why we're supposed to do our support zones first, since it was below the line. But we did it before. We were able to do the chart pretty fast. So I mean, it's not the end of the world. But if you're slow, by the way, do crossing down at 15.15. Everyone should do that for ETH at least on TradingView. If it breaks through 15.15, you need to check the time and make sure it's a 15-minute interval close. So 6:56 is not a 15-minute interval close. In 4 minutes, it's a 7 o'clock. That would be a 15-minute interval close. Woo! Beautiful. Appreciate it. We've been killing it back-to-back sessions. Back-to-back sessions. Literally cooked up. Back-to-back sessions. Literally cooked up. Sean, should the support not be 15.25? The only reason why I didn't do 15.25, it's a little too close to the 50 EMA. It doesn't have to be too close either. So I only did that because look at the 15 EMA. Oh, well, 15.25 is 150 pips. I see that argument. But I mean, I didn't see that when I was looking on the line. I didn't see 15.25. Yeah, I don't really see a support at 15.25. Like, even at 15.28, maybe. But you only have this right here. I don't know if you're looking at this red line. This blue line, that's all you have. But when you do here, you have a lot more. And I think if you go back, we had the resistance zone. Resistance zones treating the support zone. Remember, a good support was once a good what? Resistance. Boom, baby! Guys, y'all know I'm going to be back. Like, this is not my only session. I'll be back on Thursday. Literally did a call for all of I Am Master Academy on Sunday. Did a call yesterday, slower session. Tuesday, today, fast session. We're going to be back again on Thursday. Shabang! All right. All right, let me look at BTC one good time. We need to put an alert for 19,500 for my big accounts. 19,500 for my big accounts. Does it break that? So, that means our ETH support is a little bit aggressive. Probably is. It's okay. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with having an aggressive support. You can see it now. I appreciate you. All right. Thank y'all so much. I hope you have a blessed day, guys. We kill it again. I'll be back on Thursday, so don't think today's like the last day of the week. I'm back again. So Tuesday, I basically set up your charts for basically the next 48 hours. Thursday, I'll be back setting up your charts for basically the weekend. And then it's like I literally set up your charts for the next time period. That's mainly what I do, is set up your charts for scalps. Set up your charts for scalps. So I'm literally doing that work for you. So take those notes, come here, let me set up your charts for you so you can literally have your next scalps, and all you waiting for is for it to break. I did the work for you. So understand that's the type of sessions you get. All right. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love.
So what you're seeing right now is I'm going through and I'm about to actually put my zones in from the call. The call he just dropped, and you see in the Telegram, if you're in there, you'll see both signals are already inside. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead, get some of our old lines. We got a whole bunch of alerts from up there. I'm gonna drag this one. This is how easy it is, guys. You can drag or you can just double click. Buy Bitcoin at 20,400. I put that. Do the same thing. Make sure you're on the 15-minute chart. If you're on any other chart, it won't alert on the 15-minute. If you're on the 15-minute, it alerts you on the 15-minute. 19,500. Now, the way my alert is set up, I'm gonna click it for you, is Bitcoin crossing once per bar close. We talk about breaking close. Once per bar close is a breaking close. It notifies me on my app. It shows on my app. It shows in a pop-up if I'm on my computer. But every 15 minutes, if there's a breaking close, I'm going to get a notification on my phone. So I'm going to save that. And it's the same with my other one. Now, if you're somebody who has the free version and you only want to trade Bitcoin, click the plus sign. Like if you hover over here to the right, you'll see a little gray plus sign. Click plus. Add alert for Bitcoin. When you do that, a little orange line pops up. I want you to go over and hover over it and double click it. So now what you can do is, instead of it being value or crossing, you could do exiting channel. And when you do the exiting channel, same thing, 2,400, 20,400. That's the upper bound, which is your resistance. That's where we buy from. And we have 19,500. That's where we sell from. So I hit save. We're going to see that. But I want to update it one more time after I do that, because now it did it last week. Where is it at? Open-ended, only once, every time. So every time it breaks out this channel, you're going to go ahead and get a notification. You're going to go ahead and get a notification. So I'm going to delete it because I don't need it. I have the Pro Trading View. I have my horizontal line. Now I'm going to go to Ethereum and do the same thing. Ethereum dropped off. So what I'm going to do is double click and put my zones in, 1515. Okay. And then 1564. Boom. Zones are done. Now we're just being patient and we wait on it for it to come to our phones. So if you're somebody who is wanting to be on the Thursday session, that is our paid session. We have a Monday paid session and a Thursday paid session. Come over, get started, get back with the person that got you here, get started. If it was me, if you came through Telegram, Instagram, go ahead, click this and click nobody invited me, because at the end of the day, there's all types of things going around, $2,500 a piece. When you add in some people's full-blown courses with live market analysis as an upsell, automated scanner as an upsell, a group every month as an upsell, on top of some trainings for free as a bonus, we got all of that for $185 to try it. You can go ahead and pay $3,000 and book your subscription for a whole year and have all of this for an entire 365. So if nobody invited you, go ahead, scroll, hit nobody invited me, click that, go ahead, get everything signed up. Once you're in, you will get an email sent to you telling you your next step so you can get inside this group, get inside this beginner training. So I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead, smash the market. I'll see you next time.